Welcome everybody. All of you had to drive through the great city of Shasta Lake to get here.
We did.
And we believe that we have an interest in the water that's impounded behind this lake. You know, right now as we stand here, 7,500 CFS is going down the river. And you might ask, why 7,500 when irrigation districts have been cut back to zero? Our city has been cut back 75%. Irrigation districts down to 25%. Why do we still have to send 7,500 CFS down the river? We're in the 4th year of a drought, and yet National Marine Fisheries tells us that we have got to keep sending this water down for the fish. Dam the people and protect the fish. And it's about time that people and farmers have some rights.
Right.
Just gotta fight for them.
When we look at these elevated flows that are in the river, it's all based on nice theories. Theories that we're going to bring back more fish. Well, give you some history. 80 years ago, when the Great Kennett Dam was started, which became Shasta Dam, they decided that it was prudent to capture the winter flows, save it behind the dam, and then release it down the river, not for fish, but for people and for farmers. Where the water flows, food grows. Somebody has that sign here. But today, a powerful group of environmentalists using the Endangered Species Act is forcing Shasta Dam water to be squandered in a losing battle to bring back more fish. When they built this dam, they knew that the historic salmon and steelhead fisheries was not going to continue to run like they did. They built fish hatcheries, the Coleman Fish Hatchery, to make up for that. So why have we been sending all the water down and doing all these things to help fish? They even turned out the light under the Sundial Bridge to help the fish, right? They prohibit fishing. They took out the Red Bluff diversion. They're trucking fish all the way to the bay. And yet, there aren't more fish coming back. Something else is wrong. We've been squandering this water for 20 or 30 years trying to get the fish to come back, and they're not coming. So what has changed? Well, there's one aspect of the life of a salmon that the National Marine Fisheries cannot control, and that's once the fish go in the ocean and get 20 miles from the coast of California, they're not protected.
15-mile nets.
Yeah, the big cannery fish, big cannery ships have nets that are 40 miles long. That's basically from here to Red Bluff. And if they go in a big circle and they happen to catch the school of salmon that's destined to come back up the Sacramento River, they're not going to be here to come. So we can do all we want to improve the habitat, but we're not necessarily going to get any new fish. The wasted water is kind of a harebrained idea, and really it's punishing the people. The people, we the people, ought to have as much rights as the fish. Now, a couple other things that are happening here. There's amount of water behind Shasta Lake, or behind the dam here, 800,000 acre feet is dedicated annually to the fish. So this year, 800,000 acre feet is going down the river to help the fish, to enhance them. Last year that happened, the year before that happened, and that's why the lake is so low each year. When you take that amount of water in a drought year and send it down, it's criminal. The city of Shasta Lake, we're cut back 75% on our water. So we're getting, instead of our 2,400 acre feet, we are getting 600 acre-feet of water. And how much are they cutting back the fish? The 800,000 acre-feet. Anybody know how much they're being cut back?
0.
You got it right. There's not one drop that they're being cut back. And that is criminal. So this year, they estimate that at the end of the summer, there'll be less than 1 million acre-feet in this lake. And of the 800,000, that's almost 50% of the water will be sent down to improve fish habitat. And I'll bet you we don't get 6 or 10 extra fish coming back. We have a sacred cold water pool. And if you look right now, there is water being squandered through the face of the dam. Normally, you can generate electric power with that. But no, that water is skimming off warm water off the top of the lake right now so they can save the cold water pool for later. It's another harebrained idea. The Bureau spent $80 million and probably over $100 million to build what they call a temperature control device on the face of Shasta Dam. That temperature control device was intended so that they could generate power and take the water from various levels. That was 25 years ago they put it in. But the environmentalists have decided that's not good enough. Even with the temperature control device, we need to waste the water and not generate power. And you know, somebody told me that the difference between negotiating with a terrorist and an environmentalist is that at least with a terrorist you can negotiate. With an environmentalist, they agree with you 20 years ago, put in a temperature control device and everything will be good. But now, 20 years later, with an environmentalist, that's not good enough. You got to start over. The city of Shasta Lake, we take our water right through the face of the dam at the 750 foot level. But this year we were cut back to 25%. And we have rights to water from the ACID canal. But you know what? We can't take that water because it might increase the temperature of the cold water pool by a fraction of 1 degree. It's all theory, it's not fact. So we are prohibited from taking that water. But thank goodness the McConnell Foundation happens to have what we call golden water. Because when you own golden water, you can take that from anywhere they want. So the city of Shasta Lake, this year and last year, we have spent almost $250,000 to buy golden water. And where do we take this golden water? Right through the dam at the exact same place. We're not allowed to take the water otherwise. So go figure that out.
Get rid of McConnell Foundation.
Well, actually, I thank McConnell Foundation because without them, our taps would be pretty dry. The city of Redding and other cities are allowed to pump out of wells. There are no wells under the city of Shasta Lake. Yeah, I just want to say one other thing here. The thing that's changed is 40 years ago there were no cannery fisheries out in the ocean picking up the fish. But that is happening today. So we're here to say that things have changed. The Bureau is not the culprit. The Bureau is the ones that are just required to implement the court actions. They're the ones that have to open that valve and waste the water. Not because they think it's the right thing to do, but that they were forced to do it. So, in conclusion here, I would say that a lot of nonsense is going on, and George Orwell might have said it best. He says, in times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. And that's what's happening. We're telling the truth that the water is being wasted. So, here you go.
Okay, you introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I guess I got carried away. I'm Greg Watkins, and I'm the mayor of the city of Shasta Lake. So thank you.
Congratulations.